Hey, Miami sports fans. Stop by Caneswear today at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, Florida. And check out their awesome merchandise selection of your favorite South Florida sports teams. From the Miami Dolphins, Hurricanes, Heat, Marlins, Florida Panthers, and Inter Miami, they've got it all. Celebrate your favorite team and show off your fandom with their beautiful team starter jackets, killer-looking helmets, team jerseys, cool shirts, and more. And if you're out of town or out of state, no worries. Go to caneswear.com and find everything they have on their site. Select what you want, and they will ship your gear to you. Anything over $99 is shipped for free. Don't wait. Stop at Caneswear today.
It's back. The green train is running. Bobby, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
But most of the time, I'm right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Fins Talk today on the Fins Talk.
Oh, you keyed in on that, huh?
You did, yes,
That's
sir.
It's gotta be. You think I'm gonna let you roll with that intro after that?
Started early. Welcome to Fins Talk today on the Fins Talk Sports Network. I'm Bobby Fins Talk. That's Fish Tank Hank.
You know what it is? You missed me so much. That's what it is. You give me a hard time now. You bought me this beautiful shirt.
That's right there. The greatest show on surf. You could get that on the greatest show on surf.shop today. Awesome shop they got online. Hank is wearing a very comfortable shirt too.
Oh, this thing is awesome. It's like one of those ones that's wicking and it stretches.
Look at that.
I love it.
There you go. Hey guys, I'm so excited to be back here with Fish Tank Hank. Last Saturday we took it off because I participated in the Dolphins Challenge Cancer event, did the 5K. What an amazing event, Fish Tank. A humbling experience, an awesome experience. Of course, I walked for my grandfather and my uncle, a couple former co-workers, friends, people, my grandparents, and my wife's family as well. Of course, you were on my mind as well.
Walk for me next time.
Well, as I said, no. I walked thinking of you, but I'm not going to walk for you because you're 100% good. But it was an awesome experience. Got to meet Jalen Phillips and Alec Ingold, two awesome individuals. Got to hang out with Dolphins Thirsty Rob.
Yeah, I saw some pictures.
It was an awesome experience, and I'm already looking forward to next year. I am like 100% committed. I want to raise more money. They raised a record-breaking. They got $12 million for that event. And that totaled their amount to $75 million in their fight against cancer, the Miami Dolphins. So wow. Awesome experience. Mom got to meet Stephen Ross and Mike McDaniel. So she loved that. So it was just a cool experience. Absolutely. How's your week been, Fish Tank?
I went to get an oil change, and I have one of them fancy cars. And, I get the oil changed and I'm like, it's time for the transmission filter for whatever reason. It's like every other oil change or so, you got to get this transmission filter done. So I said, all right, do the oil change and the transmission filter. What the hell? And they come back and they say, we have to drop the whole engine and all this other stuff to change this transmission filter. And I said, well, then just do the oil change. Come to find out, it's $800. $800 for a transmission filter.
Holy moly.
So I just told him, I said, you hang on to that for right now. But my car tells me that it needs to be changed soon. It's telling me it's going to need to be changed soon. So I was just like, I wasn't ready for that. You know what I mean? It was kind of toward the end of the month. I had my bills all paid. You know what I mean?
I hear you, brother. It just hit you.
Just threw that on there, and I was like, oh, that hurt. So, I waited till this week, and this coming week, I'm going to go get it done. But, yeah, that was too much to swallow last month. It was too much.
Oh,
so,
God.
That's how my week went. And then from there, I'm broke. So, now that I'm broke and just, all I can do is sit here and watch the beautiful views and people go wave surfing and everything else and jet skiing and boating out here. So I enjoy myself.
There you go. Hey, we got
that and Miami Dolphins football. I've been watching the combine. I've been watching the combine.
Hey, I remember I talked to you. Obviously, I talked to this on the clock, our NFL draft show, Monday nights, 8 p.m. We did when I did the defensive line episode, I talked about a guy who jumped out at me. And I told you this on the last Fitz Talk today, Braden Fisk, defensive lineman out of FSU.
Yeah,
Fish Tank. Look what he did. That dude is holy crap. Did
you see Eichenberg, Tommy?
Yes, sir. People are like, don't tell me about an Eichenberg. Don't talk about an Eichenberg. He's not, he's related. He's baby brother Eichenberg, but he's not his big bro. And his big, no disrespect. This dude is a damn good player. Hey, let's have a family reunion in South Beach.
I was staying away from Eichenberg, like you're saying. And then I saw him on TV and I'm like, that dude is huge. Look at him.
Yeah, and Peyton Wilson, linebacker as well. He had a mega performance in the combine. So many things, I just love, I love the regular season. We enjoy it, Fish Tank. We want to win. We want to get a Super Bowl. But I think you've realized now, doing this with me as long as you have, I love the offseason. I love the combine. I love the draft. Let's go. First off, I want to say, Raphael in the house, Courtright, YouTube thumbs up number 2. Appreciate you. Ralphie boy is in the house. Love seeing Ralph down in Miami. We had fun. Utah Fins fan, do you think we tag Hunt? We're going to talk about it. Evan Posner, he's alive. Breaking news. Great to see you, Fitzstanza.
Right.
Are you back in Canada or are you still traveling? Anthony Manzano, great to see you, my man. He says, I hope the rumors aren't true that Greer's going to give Tua 50 to 60 million a year, like Bleacher Report, ESPN, Fox Sports, and NBC Sports are saying. We'll react to that. But anyway, before we roll in, we're obviously going to touch on Tua. And talking about Tua and the greatest show on surf, he's our leader he's the offensive leader for that. Happy birthday, Tua. 26 years old. Happy birthday to the Dolphins starting quarterback.
Now, 18?
Yeah, right. 26. 26 years old. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
He's less than half my age. Good for him.
I'm 10 years older than Tua. I was like, whoa. I was like, okay. Man, God, that makes you feel old. We're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on some of the stuff that Chris Griss spoke about. Wilkins, Hunt, Waddle, Xavier Howard. We're going to touch on, and we're going to do the mock draft simulator. Canada did not want me back. Raphael says it was Tyreek's birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday, Tyreek Hill. There you go. 30 years old, the big 3-0. Congratulations. All right. So some points I want to bring up before we move on to our official topics. Something I'm keeping track of for the draft show is who the Dolphins have met with so far. This is just at the combine. I don't have the other guys right now. But Jackson Powers Johnson, everybody's favorite player for Miami, the majority at least, he has officially formally met with the Dolphins at the combine. He spoke with them. Jackson Powers Johnson, the center out of Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
He's met with the Miami. He's talked with them. Frank Gore Jr., the running back. Obviously, Frank Gore, who played for Miami as well and famously for San Francisco. Out of Southern Miss, he met with Miami. Defensive lineman Leonard Taylor met with the Dolphins. Jatavion Sanders, Texas tight end, met with Miami. Wide receiver Anais Smith, Texas A&M, friends with Devon Achin. And 2 edge rushers, Braylon Trice out of Washington and Austin Booker out of Kansas. All have met so far with the Dolphins. At least that's been revealed. Now, I will say this. I know some people have said, oh, they haven't met any of my guys yet or the guys I want them to meet. Just because Miami meets them doesn't mean Miami's going to draft them.
Yeah.
But, it's cool to see, especially Jackson Powers. That's pretty cool. But it doesn't mean that Miami's going to take that draft pick. There's been players that Miami have not met before or reportedly, and they still took. Yeah. All right. Any of those names jump out at you, Fish Tank?
I like the tight end.
Jatavian Sanders. Yeah.
I like the tight end. Yeah, I was watching him, what was it, last night, I believe? Late last night, I think they were going the tight ends. And I liked him when I was watching, but a few of those names, yeah, obviously the center. I mean, come on. I mean, you got to want him. That's one of those players where if he's sitting there on the board and we're at 21, do you take him or do you trade back knowing you need more players? Do you trade back or do you take that guy? Now, that would be a hard decision.
That will be a hard decision because teams and he's probably going to be gone by then. However, I know people go, oh, we got to trade up. Listen, Zach Frazier out of West Virginia, damn good guy,
he's
wrestler,
good too,
never injured. Talk about an offensive lineman. Again, I just said Braden Fisk, defensive lineman. Josh Wingate, who co-hosts the draft show with me, did an awesome graphic, Fish Tank, that showed our needs. And I wish I would have pulled it up beforehand, but I wish you would have saw it. And but I'll forward you the episode so you could zoom in or zoom to the point and see what I'm talking about. But Miami, that's the thing about Miami. And I said this with Ralph when I was down in Miami. Front facing, when you look at the stars, you got Tua, Tyreek, Jalen Ramsey. You look at that and you go, damn, Miami has a sexy team. Well, on a poster they look really nice, but it's behind them. It's those backups. It's the depth. It's spread out. When you look at defensive line, the only off defensive lineman we have signed for next season based off that graphic was Zach Sealer. Miami needs a lot of moves, and that's why it's very important now that we don't go, oh, we got to zone in on one guy. This guy's going to be our guy. Because I see people going, oh, if we get Jackson Powers, it's going to put Miami over the hump. No, there's a lot of work to be done, and trust me, Miami knows this, and they're going to try to get it done too because they have this window's closing with this current core of Tyreek, Tua, and Waddle. It's mainly Tyreek.
I really think Miami needs more players. Like you said, you mentioned quite a few other players we could pick up. And it's not like Miami doesn't have a lot of needs. I mean, pick a position almost. Yep. We need a wide receiver. Not that bad, but we need the number 3. We could also use a return man. In that guy, late round pick in the 200s. I like Gould. Gould is a return man, so put him on special teams, and he might be able to fill the slot or whatever. They're going to have to be creative is my point. They're going to have to get 2-for-1s or something. They're going to have to get guys that can play multiple positions. They're going to have to get guys that can stay in long. That they need to get the right guys this time around. And, we're in desperate need of offensive linemen. And with Chris Greer, that scares me. I'm not going to lie. Because that's been his Achilles heel, is the offensive line. And Chris Greer has sucked at the offensive line. It's not that he hasn't put money into it. He has, and people just kind of flopped, or we traded out one of our players, But, you got to do those things. But he's missed more than he's hit, Greer has, on offensive linemen. So I just hope that we either pick up 1 or 2 or turn around, pick up 1 or 2 in free agency or turn around and add 1 or 2 in the draft. Either way, we need to add somebody.
Absolutely. And Hunter, I'm going to I think that's an absolutely fair point, and that's what people need to realize on every category. Whether you're, you consider yourself a Tua-neer, a Tua hater. I'm a Dolphins fan. Tua is the Dolphins quarterback. I root for Tua as the Dolphins quarterback. I have my opinions. I have my expectations. I have my criticisms of him. But the fact of the matter is, he's our guy. Do I think he's Joe Burrow or Pat Moore on that level with those guys or Josh? No, I don't. But you don't need to. You don't need that to win a Super Bowl. That's been proven. We got to put around to. He could win, and every year he's gotten better. Everything he's focused on, whether that's staying healthy one year or being consistent one another. Maybe this year it's about being more athletic or whatever. Who the hell knows? He's gotten better every year. So I'm with you. I understand that. I don't know about his is personal development. This is year 5. Now it's start to putting that into play. Absolutely. Finn Stans is absolutely right. Props to the Miami Dolphins, its owner, Stephen Ross, to be tops in all the categories as the best organization. Stephen Ross voted by the players as the best owner in the NFL because of what he does for the players and what he does for the organization. So props to that. Hopefully, because as fans, that's awesome, but we care about wins. So hopefully that translates eventually to wins. And fair point for 72 undefeated. I'm always happy to see him in here. It's true. It's what have you done for me lately? And that's one of the things me and Ralph are going back and forth on, Hank. We were kind of debating Chris Greer. But he's done this. Oh, but he's done it. But how many wins have we had in the playoffs? You know what I mean? And that was one of my things. It's all goody two-shoes. It's all nice. The records are nice. Moves are nice. But it has to matter. We were 8 and something. And, we went to the playoffs 2 years in a row. Okay, well, how many playoffs have we won? 0. So I get what 72 undefeated is saying. Everyone has a right to their opinion, and they're right, and they're usually fair to their opinion. All right. Thank you, Hunter. I appreciate you, brother. We'll get more into the comments in just a moment. Let me go ahead and let's move on because we're talking to her, and might as well go ahead and roll right into it, Fish Tank.
Go right into it. Take us there, Bobby. Take us there on your magic ship.
Tua, McDaniel, Chris Greer have all decided that they are working together to get a contract extension done. Chris Greer said that is his goal. He's going to continue to talk to Tua's representation, and hopefully, he says don't expect the fast deal. He says it's going to take some time. Maybe they're trying to work something out where it benefits the team this year, also, but makes Tua happy, and also to protect themselves in case something happens with Tua, whatever. Who knows why it's going to take longer than most, but it looks like it's rolling in that direction. Tua is nearing the end of his rookie deal. He has set the plan his 5th-year option, which is at $23 million next season, 2024. Spotrac projects. They haven't released any numbers officially, any kind of numbers or anything like that. We're all just guessing, and this is a guessing game. But Spotrac does the salary cap stuff. They talk about what the roster looks like and what Miami has to play. Spotrac projects the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, will receive a $220 million extension with $105 million guaranteed. We look at the breakdown here, Fish Tank.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see if I could pull that up. Forgive me for just a second. So we could try to look at this. Everyone, share screen. Let's see. Let me do it like this. I want to pull this up so that way, Fish Tank, we could look at these numbers, and everyone who's watching could look at these numbers and, of course, react accordingly. Raphael, another overpaid Dolphin. Well, Tua is not, he's a 5-year, he's going into his 5th year. Let me just say it like this. And Ralph, you know where I stand on things, but I'm just saying, Tua is, again, 26 years old. At one point, considered an MVP candidate, probably the leader last season. We understand what he lacks. However, I wouldn't consider that overpaid. Let me see here.
Whoa.
All right. Let's see if I can play with this. All right. Would you just get bigger? Okay. All right. So I'll read it to you, Fish Tank.
It's like this. It's like one of those things where they don't want you to read the end of the contract.
Yeah. Read the dotted line. I can't see the dotted line. So it's 4 years at 220. Remember, the guys, this is a projection by Spotrac. Okay, I don't want people going, oh my goodness. But and we don't know. Maybe it's exactly what it is. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's less. $220 million. I believe it's $55 million in the first season, $105 million guaranteed at signing, $165 practically guaranteed. In the first year, 26 years old, base salary would be $5 million, bonus preparation $10 million. That would be a $15 million cap hit. So that looks like it would lower the cap hit for Miami, which would give Miami a little bit more money this offseason to make some moves and do something. But it jumps from to that to 27 base salary of $25 million, bonus preparation of $10 million, a roster bonus of $25 million, cap hit of $60 million in the second season. That follows up the third year, $60 million, and it drops 54.1 in the fifth year or the 4 year, which would be 30 years old at that point. And I believe I don't see it where it would be. Let me make sure. Let's see. $105 million guaranteed at signing. That's signing bonus plus 24 salary, 25 salary, and 25 roster bonus. 2026 salary and roster bonus fully guaranteed in March 2025. Injury guaranteed at signing, and a 2027 roster bonus fully guaranteed March 2026, guaranteed March 2025. I believe I saw this somewhere, and I'll have to look at it before I don't want anybody to hold me to it, but I think there's an out after 2025 or 2026 where Miami could get out of this deal if, God forbid, something happened, Fish Tank, where it wouldn't kill them in Deca. Maybe it is the 2026. But anywho, so that is how it's looking. Let me pull this back in. That's what she said. I don't know what was said or what I said to say that, but that's pretty funny. That's what she said. So let's go ahead and he's not worth Anthony Manzano. He is not worth $105 million guaranteed. Well, total 250. He is not Burrows or Mahomes. How can our GM justify these numbers? 29 touchdowns, 20 turnovers, 14 interceptions, 6 lost fumbles from 13 overall. I'm just reading the comments, Fish Tank. Let me get these up here so Fish Tank can see them. The contract he deserves is the contract to solve the Giants that the Giants did with Daniel Jones, not the contract that Burrow, Mahomes, or Hurts has. Bobby and Fish Tank. Let's see, 72 undefeated. When we sign Tannehill 2.0, at least we know we're not winning. Okay. Let's see.
Where are you getting these comments from?
In our YouTube.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just not at the same point you are.
So, look, my thing is this.
Through.
My thing is this. It's not about if. It's not about when. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you love it, whether you hate it, the fact of the matter is that more than likely he's going to be extended.
Yeah.
And 72 undefeated said it right there. When we signed Tannehill 2.0, they did this with Tannehill, and I know that gives people nightmares. They did this with Tannehill. Tannehill was having a great career. He was, right there with Peyton Manning in regards to from rookie deals with the yards, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they gave him that big extension, and then 2 years later they traded him. That's what it is. I'd rather draft a rookie and build 72 undefeated. look, the fact is that, first of all, if that was the case this year, it would be a great year because there's a lot of good young quarterbacks here. However, that may be the case next year or the year before, after. It's not going to be this season. Miami is looking at a window to win. Fishing, I'll let you respond right now. Miami's looking at a window to win, and with that window, it's not about, I got to build. We got to draft a quarterback and build. It's not about building anything. It's about winning with what you have right now and seeing what we could do with winning now. Because Miami Chris Greer gave up a lot of draft capital and a lot of money to Taron Armstead, Jalen Ramsey, Bradley Chubb, Tyreek Hill. Okay, he gave a lot of money. This is not about, we got to draft a quarterback and build and not saying that's what I would love to do it. But that's not where this team is. This team is a win-now team. And I said this to Ralph. This is a patch-it-up team. This is like a pool, fish tank, in the backyard that you buy from Walmart, and you put water in, and your kids swim in it. It's one of those. Somebody comes with a pen and pops a little holes. And instead of going and getting the patches to fix or whatever, you're getting tape. And you're just, let me fix that hole. Let me do this one. Instead of actually saying, no, I need to go get the actual thing and fix this or go buy a new one. Miami's not doing that. This is a patch-it-up team. This is not build a foundation team. Next year, if Miami doesn't win and they totally crap the bed again, then it's a strip and build. But right now, it's not. That's the reality. We could bang and cry and, all that whatnot, but it is what it is. Fish tank, go ahead.
As you get all into that, then go ahead. Bobby, you make some great points there, to be honest with you. I hate to say it, but you do make some great points. However, everybody says it's not Joe Burrow, it's not this person, it's not that person. That's right, because if it was Joe Burrow, they'd be paying him $75 million a year, where Tua, they're only paying $50 million a year. That's the difference. They are not paying him what the top quarterback would get. So if the top quarterback in the league right now today was to go for a contract, which is Patrick Mahomes, what would he get? You think $50 million a year? No way in hello Mary. It would be so much higher than that. It's not even funny. So $50 million, you're getting a great player at a great price. He's not an elite quarterback. We know that, but he is a great quarterback. He showed that he can get the ball down the field when he needs to. He's shown that he can throw for as many yards as you need. The only thing that I think's been holding this whole thing up, which nobody looks at, or everybody looks at and we just know there's nothing we can do about it, is that offensive line. You're giving this man 2.5 seconds on average to throw the ball because the offensive line sucks so bad. So, and then you're complaining that he's not getting off to his third read. Well, he's not getting enough time to get to his second read, let alone his third read half the time, because somebody's coming in on him all the time. So until we get this line fixed, you're not really going to see what Tua can do. But the small sample size that we have at this point in time, the 4 years now that we've had him for, and going into his fifth, I just truly believe that this kid can play. He can play. He puts up the numbers when he needs to. Now, has he dropped some games? Yeah, he's dropped some games. Everybody drops some games, but it was a team effort most of the time. It was the team dropping the game. One game I blame the offense for is that 7-pointer. That was a stink burger. We should have gotten a lot more than 7 points. Yeah, he's shown he has problems. There's no doubt. I totally agree with you. In November, December, absolutely, he's shown that he couldn't get it done. But it was also the rest of the team. It wasn't just one man. Was he a part of it? Yeah, he's a quarterback. He's always going to be the biggest part of it. So I'm reading some of the comments. No more excuses. Yeah, there's no excuses. He's going to be playing for the Miami Dolphins. There's no excuses. And if they pay him that $50 million, like I said, I think it's a lot cheaper than what you'd be paying another quarterback. I just, you pull a Patrick Mahomes out and say, give him a new contract. What's he going to get? What didn't he get like $500 million last time?
Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know. I don't have his number. Let's see if I pop that one.
It was huge. Whatever he got, it was like $500 million for however many years, and it's.
Yeah, he had in 2020 he agreed to a 10-year, $450 million extension.
Yeah, that's $500 million. That's crazy.
Yeah. But we all know, and that's the thing. We know that he's not Pat Mahomes. Obviously,
no, he's not.
Right? That's not even a discussion. Anybody who even pretends that's the case or he's on the same level is in hallucinating or fantasizing. The fact is, he is who he is. And again, Tua, how do I say this respectfully? He's not the problem, the only problem in Miami or the problem, but he ain't the solution either. He is who he is. He's a piece, okay? And you know what? Compared to some other pieces around the NFL, he's pretty damn good piece. You know what I'm saying?
He's pretty damn good.
And I understand, I understand the frustrations. I'm there with you, especially 7-2 undefeated. I get what he's saying. It gets frustrating. You see 1,000-yard receiver, 2,000-yard receivers, 2,000-yard running back. You see this, and you're like, damn, man, this team has the talent. And then you see the INTs, and then you see the mental hiccups. And, it's like, what the hell, dude? You're supposed to be the next. And you know what? Part of that is the fans overhyping. A lot of fans overhyping. Oh, he's the next big thing, the left hand of God. Yeah. Oh, he's Dan Marino 2.0. What the hell are you talking? Give this kid a chance to grow. Give him a chance to fail, and let's build this out. Except we all, I say we all emphasize Dolphins fans, even though I was more, put him on this pedestal and didn't give him a chance to fail, because when he did fail, then he got half the Dolphin base saying, oh, you see, he's trash. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
And Miami rushed the process by getting Tyreek, Armstead. They rushed the process. So now we want a Super Bowl. It is what it is.
If you compare the number of games that he's trashed and lost compared to the number of games that he's won and came through, it's not even close. It's not even close. And everybody says that, yeah, he can beat the bad teams, but he can't beat the good teams. No, that was the whole entire team that was failing. You don't give up 40 and 50 points to teams and sit there and go, oh, well, that's the quarterback. That's completely the quarterback, and we should have won that. If Tua was better, we would have scored 60 points. No, be realistic, people. Don't put him on this high pedestal, but he's not trash either. He's a little higher up, Like I said, he's damn close to elite. But for me, he doesn't have the big body that won't get hurt back there, that can sling the ball like a dart 50 yards down the field. No, he might not be able to do that. He's not Josh Allen. He can't do that. And that's a fact. But he can throw the ball 50 yards. He can do all this other stuff. And there aren't too many quarterbacks in the league that are throwing over 50 yards to begin with, unless there's a big problem. Hardcore fan base is forcing it into our heads that this kid is an elite superstar quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, who can carry the team. Well, I agree with you, Anthony. No, I don't. He's not an Aaron Rodgers or any Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow. He isn't those people. He isn't, and I totally agree. He's got a completely different arm than they do. He's got a completely different stature than they have, and standing in the back of that in the backfield like that, waiting on these people to blitz him after 2.5 seconds, he's probably getting a little nervous and trying to get rid of the ball. I would be too. I would be. I know I would be. Behind that line, I would definitely be thinking about, we've got to get this ball out of my hands as fast as possible because we know everybody's coming in. So, and hopefully this year we fix or do something about this offensive line. We basically need four out of 5 players on the offensive line.
Let me ask you this, Fish Tank, very quick, and then we'll get to the next point. You know, kind of going over this breakdown of the contract. You kind of alluded to this, but just the final say, you're comfortable with this type of deal. Are you not? Is that what you're saying?
I'm comfortable with the deal because I don't think it's overpriced. You know, like I said, if it was a Joe Burrow or somebody, I would expect $75 million.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's just me. You know, that's my opinion. So.
And I get it. Everybody here, you know, everyone's in the, you know, is in their feelings, and we get it. That Tua is, you know, he's the starting quarterback, and you know, you said it, 2 seasons or a season ago, Fish Tank. It starts and ends with the quarterback. So we understand people in their feelings on this, and you know, you would want a Pat Mahomes or a Joe Burrow or a Tom Brady or whatever you want to say.
Yeah,
everybody wants that guy, but you have Tua, and you know what? Honestly, it's not that bad. I understand it's bad because we got him, and you know, oh, but he sucks. You know, maybe this year his goal is, hey, I'm going to win it. I got to make sure we win in December. We win those. We need to go win us a playoff game. I told Fish Tank that's my goal. I know everybody's saying Super Bowl, and I want to win a Super Bowl, but let's win a playoff game first. Then I'll start handing out flowers.
Let's at least get in the mix a little bit before we start to, you know, eat the chocolates
Fair
with
point.
The flour, you know.
Fair point. Undefeated. I hear you, brother.
I hear you.
All right. Yeah, so it is just the reality, guys, and you know, it's just what it is. Whether you, again, like I said, you love it, you hate it, you like it, whatever. More than likely, it's going to happen.
Like
we're just going to live with it.
Comment, cough, steroids to it.
yeah. Raphael just coming in the clutch. All right, let's move on. Fish ain't brought up the offensive line for Miami, and my goodness, Taron Armstead. Chris Grizz said, "Hey, look, we haven't heard a definite answer whether he's going to retire or stay. He said he's going to give us enough time to let us know so we could act accordingly. I think there's a March deadline. I'm not sure. So we're still waiting on Armstead. I don't think he's going to walk away from that money. I wish he would. Just not because he's not great, just because he can't stay healthy. That's it. Great player, just can't stay healthy. More than likely, I think he's coming back. However, we don't know what's going on with the left guard spot. We need someone there either way. Connor Williams, he's a free agent. We don't know if we're going to get him back or not. Robert Hunt, maybe our most consistent, better performing offensive lineman. You know, Austin Jackson, I think, is still on the roster. I think we're good there. It is what it is. Not great. Okay to good. But we have that spot filled. Hunt. He's a free agent. Chris Greer revealed that Miami and his representation talked extension during the season. And Robert Hunt declined the offer that was given from Miami and expressed he wants to test free agency. So they're going to let him. Some are projecting now, Fish Tank, that he's going to leave Miami for a big payday. And considering Miami, and the cap could be construed and manipulated, whatever. But with Miami's tight cap this season, they're projecting he's going to leave. So let me ask you this. How bad would it be if Miami lost Robert Hunt?
He's gone, bro. He's gone already. Yes, you're right, Daniel. He's gone. You know, you got Hunt, you got Wilkins, you got a lot of contracts coming up. You got Armstead. There's a lot going on this offensive line. And that's why I said we need 4 people for this offensive line, because you need somebody to back up Armstead when he's out. You need somebody for your left guard, your center, and your right guard. It's a mess. It's a mess. And the offensive line has been a mess forever now. I don't know. Since we've been together, Bobby, what have I been complaining about, man? It's the damn offensive line. And they just can't get it right. And I don't know what it is. It's like I said, it's Greer's kryptonite. He just can't do it for whatever reason. He picks the wrong people every single time. Stop picking players that have been hurt. Pick players that have never been hurt before and put them on the team so they stay on the team. That's my opinion, but
right there. Scotty, that's news to me. I want to read this. Scotty says, I keep hearing Connor's injury is more significant than first thought. I don't understand. Why would we want him? He won't be available for TC and probably the start of the season. I don't know about how significant it is. I haven't heard anything, so that's news. I will look that up. Scotty, I appreciate you bringing that up. But I don't know about the injury. However, why would we want him is exactly what Cap is saying. He is top 5 in his position. My thing is, don't fix what's not broken, okay? If we could get Connor Williams back on a fair enough deal and you know he's available to us and he's been significantly, you know, I think this was, I don't know how many times he's been hurt, but he wasn't hurt the year before. You go do it. Miami cannot afford losing good offensive linemen. Connor Williams, when playing, is one of the best centers in football. Fact. Robert Hunt sucks. You know, that sucks because he's probably going to have monster payday. Miami can't afford it. I hope Miami can figure it out. But if you're going to lose Robert Hunt, don't lose Connor Williams. Now, if it's a season, another season, which is not likely, okay, you got to move on. But if you can get him on a cheaper deal because he's hurt, and in that way, when he does come in, he can't not start the season. Guess what? Armstead did not start the season last year. We had Kendall Lamb, and Miami did pretty damn good with Kendall Lamb. So if you could bring back Connor Williams and promise that you're going to have a top 5 center or a top 5 guard, you do it. I
like Cap's comment. It says on here, O-line had 3 top 10 guys at their position. We all know the real issue.
You're it back in, huh? You just reverse, go back. Go back to the next topic. Is that what you do?
A few times.
Yeah, I just want to go. Wait, we're not done yet with Uno. Hold on, you know, bringing it back.
That grinding noise. Greer.
Man, Armstead will only play half the games if we're lucky. So far, that's what he does. You're absolutely right.
That's what I'm saying. You have to get 4 offensive linemen. 4. Come on.
Connor Williams still has snapping issues. Throws off the timing of our offense and that's between the quarterback and Connor. And it happened with Eichenberg too. So there's a common scenario here. I'm not trying to reverse again, but I don't believe that was Connor Williams. And after the snap, still maybe top 5. He is top 5 center. Go back and watch, sir. I'm still with Dolphin fans. I just don't want to get disappointed again. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Jason in the house. If that's a real picture, Jason, that's freaking awesome. Exactly. We were willing to let our 2 top offensive linemen go, but we're ready to extend 2 and sign Wilkins. Same ass backwards to me. Shouldn't you protect your investment? 100%. 72, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, and I always enjoy you coming in here. Yes, please, guys, if you haven't yet, you're watching Fitz Talk today on the Fitz Talk Sports Network with Fish Tank, Hank, and myself. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and like here, comment up. Hey, whether you agree or disagree, we're all Dolphin fans, as Steve Malloy would say. We all in the same boat. Let's be miserable together.
Yay! Hey, wait a minute. I'm not miserable.
You're never miserable. You know what I meant. Come on, man.
I'm not miserable. You know, I have this poster behind me all the time. You know, people know that by now. This thing's always behind me. And it reminds me of excellence. It reminds me of what can be done. It reminds me of why I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. It reminds me of a lot of things. And, you know, it reminds me of when we used to have a winning team. It reminds me of a lot of different things. However, it mostly reminds me that this team still has the ability to do it, which the door hasn't closed yet, but boy, it sure is shrinking, Bobby. That door, it's only got a crack left, and that's this year. You know, that's this coming year, and we're in a hurting position. Salary cap wise, we can't run around and just pick up free agents. as far as going in the draft goes, we're either trading back or we got some big problems because we're not going to have enough people to man the field. That's how bad it is. You can't be missing 4 offensive linemen to start with, needing a wide receiver, needing a tight end, needing a safety, needing a cornerback, needing a defensive lineman. It's too much. It's too much. And to be totally honest with you, Bobby, they're going to have to do something to turn this around before this season starts. And I'm not so sure this season might be a winning season if they don't get the right people. So I'm concerned this season. And you know me, I'm usually
for you to
taking
say
the high
that,
road.
For you to say that, to even allude to that, because maybe before the season you're going to say, hey, they're going to be 12 and whatever, but you didn't even allude that, hey, this might not be even a winning season. If it's not a winning season next year, no matter what happens, they need to wipe it out.
Yeah.
They need to wipe it out.
And if they don't get the people that I'm thinking that they're going to get, there's a few people, we're going to do our mock draft here soon. And if there's no trade back, there's no way that I see this team making the Super Bowl. That's my point. They won't make the Super Bowl this year if they don't do some big time filling in those gaps. They're just too much.
Very quick, Jason Myers, that is awesome, dude. That's a real picture of the great Pat Riley. And if you love the Miami Heat, brother, we cover all that here on the network. Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Goon Squad, Miami Heat NBA Talk. Tune in, brother, and let us know what you think about this year's Miami Heat. They had a great stretch. Of course, they lost to the Denver Nuggets, but still, I'm very excited for the Miami Heat this season. Jalen Waddle, Chris Greer also revealed that he laughed off the idea of trading Jalen Waddle. Some people are actually saying we need to trade Jalen Waddle. What world are you talking about? Fish Tank, are you happy this rumor's put to bed?
Yeah. I don't, I don't believe Chris Greer. I'll put it to you that way. Will he trade Waddle? Yup. If he feels the price is right, he will trade him.
You think he's lying? You think okay?
He's not going to sit here and tell you and me, Joe Public.
No, but to me, first of all, I don't think any of those main guys are going. But to me, you don't trade Jalen Waddle, who's younger, and who knows, the contract extension's coming in next year. But you don't move that. He's a young piece. To me, if you were thinking, we got to trade one of these main receivers, even though we only have 3 on the roster with Tyreek, Jalen, and Izukama, you don't move Waddle. If you're going to move someone, you would have to move the big kahuna with a major contract, which would be Tyreek. So I thought it's crazy. You not so much, apparently. You thought that the report was crazy. But let me ask you, would you want to trade Waddle? I guess that's the real question now.
If you can get I think his name's Devontae Walker or something like that.
Devontae Walker, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Devontae Walker. If you can get a guy like that, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. I'm talking, you get a pick where you can pick up one of these wide receivers in this year's draft. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. There's some great options as far as wide receivers go. I think this class is full of a lot of talent at wide receiver. And I've been watching on the TV, and the supposed experts are saying that. So, I tend to agree with them, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
And can you replace Waddle? Yes, you can. You cannot replace what Tyreek Hill does, though. Tyreek Hill, if you get rid of Tyreek Hill, you create an even bigger problem. Now you have one receiver that they're going to lock down on, and that would be Jalen Waddle. And Jalen Waddle also has a history of getting hurt too. So there's a couple things in there. I love Waddle. Don't get me wrong. But every player is tradable. Every player is on that block right now, because this is the off season, and every single player is on that block for chopping. If it makes this team better, then do it.
I hear you.
Now, if you tell me you can get a first-round pick for Jalen Waddle in an area where we can get one of those wide receivers, I wouldn't worry about it, but I would want more than that. That's the problem. And you're not going to get more than a first-rounder, I don't think, for Jalen Waddle. I think you'll get a first-rounder.
Okay. Yeah. So let me just say this very quick, because Daniel, I believe it was Daniel, brought this up earlier, and I agree. I think a trade down is more likely. Chris Greer has said, he said no promises when trading that first round pick, and whether that's for a player or for additional picks, whatever. I think a trade down is likely. Whoever's on the board. Miami is not. Remember, everybody's banging the table for Darnell Washington. I was for sure last season.
I was.
Miami. He was on the board twice for Miami, and Miami moved back, and they drafted Cam Smith, who didn't play a snap last season most of the time, and they went and got Devon Achane, who did a great job. However, Miami didn't do that. I believe Miami more than likely will probably trade back. Regards of Cap for Life's comment about Derrick Henry, quote unquote splash move. I think Chris Greer kind of alluded no splash moves. I probably would, at this point, would say it's a splash move. I bang the table for Derrick Henry. I know we have Devon Achane. I think him and Achane and Raheem Mostert are a beautiful formula. If you could get Henry at a good price, a reasonable deal, maybe he wants to win. Maybe he thinks that Miami could win. He's said he likes Miami in the past. You go do it. And yes, I don't think it's a player away, but I think it will win you some of those games in December. When you need to when you're down, you're 3-2, 4th and 1, whatever, instead of trying to pass a screen 10 yards back to Tyreek that gets taken back, you're going to run it with Derrick Henry up the middle and get that first down. Yeah, I think we should go get Derrick Henry at the right price. Okay. But our offensive line sucks. But Tennessee's offensive line. He's 30 years old. Tennessee's offensive line sucked, and he still had 1,300 yards and whatever. That's Derrick freaking Henry. He's still what he is, and exactly. I think that would help Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert. Keeps them healthy. Instead of Raheem Mostert trying to run for a first down and getting killed halfway through the season when he wasn't available to us, he spends a little more time now. You can line him up at receiver like he is. You got such flexibility with those two guys that you add in a power back, a thumper, one of the greatest in Derrick Henry at a good price. What are we talking about here? What are you talking? In regards to receiver, whether we keep we will keep Waddle and Tyreek, I still think you go get one. If you trade down, you use one of those picks on a receiver in this draft. We need size on offense. All of our playmakers are small. Bingo for Jason Myers. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I like Devontae Walker. I like him a lot. So let's go ahead. Xavier Howard. Just touch on this very quick. He's going to be cut. A lot of feelings, he's, saving some money. No. First off, Daniel, like I said, I'm with you, brother. I think a trade down is more than likely. And you know this, obviously you've been watching, so I know you know this. I think any position but quarterback should not be slept on 21. And again, you know this, Daniel, doesn't matter who they met with. Sometimes they'll draft somebody they never met with, just because you meet a guy, you get to know them, you get to know them as players, but there's things behind the scenes that they go, we never met with this guy formerly. However, we're going to take him. It's happened in the past. Xavier Howard cut, but Chris Greer revealed the door's not closed. He is not closed. Jalen Ramsey was pissed. He said, I'll never forgive, quote unquote, I believe he's talking about Vic Fangio, that guy for never using us or utilizing us correctly. Chris Greer says, hey, the door's not closed. Communication's still open. I'm sure they're going to let him test the market. But they're going to give an offer that probably benefits Miami, but also makes Xavier Howard happy. Is it likely he comes back? I don't think so. I think he's going to get a big payday because it's Xavier Howard. However, if they could get him back, Fish Tank, would you be happy? Or is it you think, hey, you know what? It's time to move on. Let Cam Smith get the chance. They've already made a commitment to get rid of him, is what I think. They've made that commitment. Now, you're saying if he comes back, I don't know. There's a lot of interest in him. You know what I mean? There's
sure.
going to be some interest in him. And Miami's not going to be paying anybody. So he's not coming back, in my opinion. I think he's gone.
Fair enough.
Would it be cool to get him back? Absolutely. But I think he's gone.
And undefeated, I will say this. I don't think Fangio was the problem either, but I will say that defense jumped to that top 10 status as it was growing when Jalen Ramsey came back. So well, I think next year, I know we lost Fangio, and I was very excited when we hired him, all this, whatnot, but I believe Anthony Weaver is going to have this defense as one of the top guys if we get those things signed. I like what I've heard from Weaver. I like the staff he's putting together. I thought I missed something. I didn't want to. Henry, one of those guys you feed to get going and wear out the defense, but we got a lot of player makers at wide receiver. Just be probably the same next year. Sure. And absolutely, where's out a defense? 100%. You need somebody like that player. You better pray. You better hope that the Baltimore Ravens don't sign Derrick Henry. That's going to suck ass, You don't want that. God help us all,
You definitely don't want that.
Damn it. It's like, Miami needs to be the ones making this type of move here. It gets on like that. Fair enough, Jason. You're right. And that's big money for Miami. And I know he didn't want a cheaper deal, but maybe Miami gets a lower cap, but gives him a bigger bonus so it doesn't affect the cap. Maybe Stephen Ross, as he has done in the past, opens his checkbook. Okay, Howard, here's a bigger payday, but our cap hit is lower, and we still got the two top corners in football, and you're obviously going to utilize Cam Smith. You see, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want him going to Baltimore. I'm telling you, I've been banging the table for him for a couple seasons now. All right, so it is time to get the mock draft simulator. This is how it goes, guys. Fish Tank Hank will get a chance at it. Then I will go. You guys let us know. Wait a second, Fish Tank. You guys let us
last time.
Oh, who cares? You care. Okay. Well, all right, I'll do it now. All right. So we'll get an opportunity to run the draft simulator. And then you guys let us know what you think. How did we do? And then we'll wrap this show up. So I won't be able to see the comments, but Fish Tank, I don't know if you could see them, but you could kind of emphasize anything that people are saying. So let me go ahead and pop this up. Present. Share. So there won't be any trade ups, but there will be trade downs, if any good deal. So let's go.
No trades. Ralph says no trades.
Oh, we'll be doing trades.
Yeah, we're doing trades because there's no way I'm sitting at 21.
Yeah, we need them. Unless someone's not moving, brother, we need them. Anyway, all right. All right, Fish Tank, can you see good?
No, I can't see that. Are you asking me if I can see that? No, I can't see that.
Oh, all right.
I can see it on my screen. Now I can see it.
Excuse me. All right, I'm running this first. Let's go ahead. I'll enter the draft. Let it play out. There you go. Caleb Williams goes number 1. I always like that because kind of seems more realistic. Okay, 2 deals on the table here.
Bust out some glasses. Hey, can you take us out of there? Does it make it bigger?
I'll give it a shot. Let's see. What is this here? Bear with me for just a moment. Exit full. Let's see.
Look, I got my reading glasses on now. I can see, bro. Let's just go.
All right, hold on. You said you could see?
Yeah.
You messed it all up now.
On my iPad. I can't see the comments, but I can see now.
Okay.
See, I got these on.
All right. I brought it back. Okay. So let's roll. All right. So before we go look into the trades, here's the top guys available, okay? You got Kean Coleman, wide receiver out of Florida State, Nate Wiggins, corner out of Clemson, Cooper DeJean, who could play corner and safety. I've been watching him. Byron Murphy, defensive tackle, Texas. Like him a lot. Like what he did at the combine. Amarius Mins, offensive tackle. Brian Thomas, who's having a good combine right now, at least from what I saw this morning. Troy Fautanu. Again, this is their board, you know. But however, here's the
go.
thing. Here's the thing. This is Miami's picks. 21-55. That's the first and second round. Then they don't have anything for 100 picks. 102. They got to wait 102 picks before they make their next move. Does that make sense? Does that look good to any of you? Not to me. Miami needs some draft picks. So you're not going to like this, people, but I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Why did I hear a beep?
Beep.
I heard a beep.
Beep.
Oh, okay. All right. So
that was me cursing and bleeping it out.
That's right. Josh, producer, I see back there. It's probably Wingate. All right. Wingate always working. All right, guys. So here, look, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm looking at this deal right here, and I understand what you guys are probably thinking. Bobby, I don't want to trade down the
deal.
I don't like that one, but I'll show it to you. Hold on a second. You trade 21 for 46, and then you trade up from 82 to 239 to 82. You get a second and third rounder next year. So you got the same amount of picks, but you get 2 net picks next year.
Yeah.
However, you look at this one right here, Fish Tank, and this is me here. You got pick 21. You trade down to 52, but you get 83.99. You get 2 extra picks, and then you get a second rounder for next season. I'm going to be honest with you.
I would counter on that second rounder and try to get something else going.
Well,
I would try to get somebody in the 100 somewhere, but I don't know what the Rams have.
Let's make 153. Just there you go. So we got 153. You got 4 picks, 3 extra picks. So I traded down to 55 because Miami needs more than just one guy. All right. I'm going to leave this alone.
That's a long trade, but you know what? Based on what you had, I would definitely have taken the same route you took, Bobby.
Absolutely. And this one right here, I like this. Why? Because you're moving up from 157 to 92. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to hold off for the rest. And I understand, we pass it up. But this draft is deep. It's not top heavy. It's not about what's at the top. It's also about what's in the middle and all that whatnot. So I'm going to move it. We'll leave that alone. Oh, what happened here? What disappeared?
You started hitting buttons.
Somebody's hitting something. Oh. Well, appreciate that, Wingate. Appreciate you. All right, Wingate. Go. Wingate did it. Appreciate you. I don't know if I see.
Right on.
All right. So, looking at it over here, we're at 55. And look who's still on the board. Okay? Look at this. Let me go to offense very quick. Let's play this out. Let's go to where's off? Let's look at receiver. Roman Wilson, who it looks like he's being strong here. It's all good, Josh. I appreciate you coming in and doing that, brother. Tight end, Jatavian Sanders, Ben Sennett. Let me just tell you guys. I know, Jatavian Sanders, Miami's met with him. He could block, he could catch. Like him a lot. But my goodness, Ben Sennett. If you have a chance to go back and look at this guy, guys, do so. Absolutely a huge fan of him. Dalen Holker, who had a awesome play yesterday, looked really good. There's some really good tight ends in this draft. Cooper Bebe still on the board at 59. That's offensive guard. Cedric Van Pran. Defense. Let's move on to defense. Michael Hall Jr. had Ohio State still on that board. Chris Jenkins, Rook Ororo from Clemson, and my dude Braden Fisk. And even though that's their board, I'm going to stick with that one for a second. Excuse me. Cedric Gray, Jeremiah Trotter, Peyton Wilson still on the board, James Williams. Bo Braid looks really good. I've been watching him. Cole Bishop, Javon Ballard. So, all right. Fish Tank, I'm going to roll. Miami, we know Robert Hunt is probably going to be gone. Connor Williams, what happens there? Left guard, we don't know what's going to go on Isaiah Wynn. I'm going to roll with Cooper Beebe here. We need to build some offensive line help. Yes, sir. We need offensive line help.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Here, I'm going to get our tight end, Jatavian Sanders. He's on the board. I'm rolling with this big board. It's not my big board. I'm going to do that for under clock. But right here, and I do like Jatavian Sanders. I do. I'm going to roll with Ja'Tavion Sanders here. He's going to be our tight end moving forward. So we got offensive line and we got our tight end here, Fish Tank. We reject this deal here. Now, next pick is 92. This guy, I already see him. I'm going to grab him. This guy is had a very good combine yesterday. He looks the part. He's starting to gain some traction. He may go a little higher than this, but hey, this is our mock draft simulator, not the actual NFL draft. He's here. We need an inside linebacker. We get it here with Peyton Wilson. I'm getting Peyton Wilson. Now,
good pick. Good pick.
We got a deal here. All right. So the Titans want to trade up from 107 to 92 and give us a 4th round pick. I'm going to say no to them. And then we got an offer from, I'm going to say no and no. This guy, in my opinion, I would take him way higher, Fish Tank. But again, we're using this mock draft simulator. This is probably my most, and more than likely is, most favorite player in this draft. And that's Braden Fisk.
King?
No, Braden Fisk. Braden Fisk, defensive lineman out of FSU.
He's going a lot earlier than that.
But this is our mock draft simulator.
Yeah,
he's here.
This is what we have. Yeah.
And I'm going to get him because I love what I've seen on film. And everyone's starting to really love what they're seeing at the combine. I'm taking him here.
Yeah, he looked good at the combine.
All right. So at 99 here, and we got to wait 50 picks, but that's okay. So look in here. Let me look at this very quick. We got our offensive guard. We got a tight end, a linebacker, and a D tackle. All right. Let me go ahead and pull this here. Take a look. Jaheim Bell, who Josh Wingate likes. Blake Fisher still on the board. I'm eyeing him right now. Defense. Dwayne Carter, who could be an edge rusher. Kalen King, who Fish Tank just said. Junior Carlson.
I like Kalen King.
Yeah. Junior Carlson, linebacker out of Michigan. Good player. Good player, excuse me. Let's go here. Safety. Jaden Hicks. Thomas Harper. I think Miami's interested in bringing back I'm losing his name right now, but one of our safeties. So I'm going to hold off on that. And I'm going to go get offensive tackle out of Notre Dame, Blake Fisher, 6'5", 336. We need an OT. Who knows what happens with Taron Armstead. You go get your offensive tackle. You got a guard. You got a tackle.
Yep.
In this scenario, I guess we brought up at Connor Williams. Oh, very cool. Love that. I just saw our faces. I didn't know our faces were up there. There you go. Very cool. Man, Wingate's in the clutch. All right. So at 153 now.
Yeah.
My goodness. Look at that. So let's go to offense very quick, Fish Tank. Let me look at receiver. Ooh. Well, you know what? Miami just met with him. 5'9", 197. Coach's dream. He uses a willing run blocker, wide receiver, and a running back. And he does everything. That sounds like a Mike McDaniel type of guy. And I'm going to get him. Anaya Smith, Texas A&M. Miami just met with him at the combine. He's going to be my next pick.
Another 5'9" wide receiver?
I know it. Well, we did get Ja'Tavion Sanders. All right. Ooh. Yeah. I can't argue this. All right, we're at 186, and I love this guy. I like him a lot. I think people are kind of hating on him, but we're going to have a family reunion in Miami. We need more than one linebacker. I went linebacker, but I'm going to go linebacker one more time. I'm going to add in Tommy Eichenberg out of Ohio State.
He's a beast.
All right. We need a safety. I see the guy on here. Sione Vake out of Utah. We'll roll that way. I think we got one more pick left. Okay. Let's see here. Devin Leary and Carter Bradley are both still on the board here. I got to watch more of them.
Who you got left at wide receiver?
Yeah.
At wide receiver, we got Tylen Harrell. I haven't watched enough of these guys here. Let's see. Okay, here you go. I figure. Cornelius Johnson, 6'2", 209 pounds. Talking about 4.58 40-yard dash. He's applauded for his size and his speed. He has shown potential each season he's played. Let's go ahead. I'm going to roll with that.
6'2" and running a 4.5. That's like lightning.
There you go. There you go. So there is my draft. All right. You got Cooper Bebe with the first pick with 55. After making that major trade down, you still get a quality offensive lineman to be either your left or right guard. You get Jatavion Sanders with pick 61. That's your tight end. Peyton Wilson, that's 83. Braden Fisk at 92. Two high-performing players in the combine. Blake Fisher, offensive tackle for Kendall Lamb or Terran Armstead, whatever happens there. Anaya Smith, who Miami has met with, a Mike McDaniel-type player. Tommy Eichenberg, who's been making a name himself at the combine, and if you watch his film, actually. Vaki, a safety, even though I think Miami's a resigner safety. And then a 6'2" wide receiver who runs a 4.58 at Cornelius Johnson out of Michigan, which is also Stephen Ross's alma mater, whatever you want to call it. And then you get a second-round pick for next year. Alma mater. All right, so there's mine, guys. So tell me what you think. And let's go ahead and restart this for the fish tank.
I think you did good, Bobby.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go ahead here.
Now, you didn't do great, but you did good.
Oh, damn. You got to go all hard on that? Okay. I can just leave it the compliment. All right. You got 3 trade offers, Fish Tank. So right now, let me just run down who's available, at least in the top over here that I see. You got edge rusher from Florida State, Gerard Verse.
I like him a lot. Yes,
and Miami could use edge rusher.
Who knows what happens? Chop Robinson.
He's there. Hey,
also
and this is why
Pork Chop.
Pork Chop. This is the thing about edge rushers, Fish Tank. We know Jalen Phillips actually looked really good. He looked healthy. He didn't look like he had a limp. He looks really good. Who knows what's happened to start of the season? Bradley Chubb is also hurt, but his contract is huge. Who knows after that season what we're going to happen to him? That's why I think edge rusher is a possibility here. You got 2 good ones. Bo Nix, who's a favorite of Josh Wingate. Kool-Aid McKinstry, corner out of Alabama on the board. Brian Thomas.
Breaking his foot.
Who?
Kool-Aid.
Does he? Brian Thomas, LSU wide receiver, big body receiver, looks really damn good. And you got Armias Mins, offensive tackle, Georgia. For the trades, you got, and then you let me know, you don't have to make a trade, obviously, but we'll explore it. You got Washington saying, hey, we want to trade up from 36 for 21. We'll give you that pick 67. So you get an extra pick.
Let's see what's next.
Here you go to the Giants. They go from pick 39 to 21. They give you pick 47 and you throw in a 4th-round pick next year.
What's next?
And then 26 to 21. So you're still in the first round, but you get a 3rd-rounder for next.
Let's go back one. And let's counter.
I knew it.
Yeah. Let's take away that 4th.
Okay.
And let's plug in 108.
There you go.
Bang. Yes.
Bang. So here's still on the board. Look, you guys still got a lot of good players on the board. You only traded down to 39. You got Leonard Taylor out of Miami, who Miami has met with. Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle. Tyler Nubin, who looks really damn good on film, out of Minnesota, the safety. Lad McConkey out of Georgia. Trey Franklin, both receivers, very good on there. And Zach Frazier, offensive center, still on the board. Trade offer, the Bengals asking to trade up 10 spots, 49 to 39, and for pick 157 for a 2nd-round pick. The Cowboys offering a 2nd-rounder next year for pick 56 and 173. So they're going to give you an extra pick plus a pick next season.
Yeah, I don't want that. We can reject both of those.
There you go. So Fish Tank is going to make his pick here.
It's between Jordan Morgan and Frazier for me. I like Jordan Morgan. Miami met with him, so I'm going to go Jordan Morgan.
All right. So there you go. Jordan, offensive tackle, Jordan Morgan going off the board here. Ooh, Frazier's still on the board. So, okay, you got 2 trade offers, though. Let's run this. Pick 47, Miami, for pick 58 and 91 from the Green Bay Packers. And then you got pick 49 here. It's only trading out 2 spots, and then you add 148 to your deal. So
that's rolling the dice playing that game right there.
Yeah,
I want Frazier, but I can also take Christian Hayes. So let's accept that.
All right, so you're going to trade down 2 spots and get an extra pick?
Yeah, definitely.
So Zach Frazier and Haynes both still on the board after trading twice down. You got the Browns and the Texans are calling you. Browns say, hey, let's trade 49 for 54 and 148 for 85.
Nah, you can reject both of those.
All right. So there you go.
Because we're going with Zach Frazier.
You're damn right you are. I love that.
Damn right I am.
Hey, Zach Frazier. That's a win in my book.
That's a win in my book. Let's see how many picks I have now.
Okay, so let's back out here.
Yeah, I don't want any offers right now.
Yeah, you're golden. All right.
Yeah. 55, 108. Okay. Linebacker, Adrian Cooper's looks nice.
Very good. Inside linebacker, fast.
Michael Hall Jr., he's a beast too.
Yes, he is. Defensive lineman, one of the top guys there. Love him.
Yeah, I think he did the top bench press too in the combine also. Not that really matters, but it's between those two for me. I would have to go with Michael Hall Jr.
There you go.
No, let me go Adrian Cooper.
Okay. I like it.
Go
Linebacker. We need it.
Yeah, we need a linebacker.
So there you go. Going to pick 108 now. Oh, come on. No. Yeah. All right. So you got no more trade offers, you said. So I'm going to back out.
Yeah, no more trades.
So James Williams, who played safety in Miami, is probably more likely transitioning to linebacker in the pros. Still on the board. Brandon Fisk. Going Brandon Fisk? There you go.
Fisk.
Love it. I'm down. All right, now we're going to
all I picked now.
Yeah, going here. Okay, so let me get out of here. All right. So right now, Fishtank has had Jordan. He's focused on offensive line. Jordan Morgan, Zach Frazier, and he got defense. Edrin Cooper and Braden Fisk with his next pick. So here we go.
Tight end. With those.
Ooh. Okay, so
now I need wide receiver, tight end area, huh?
Dallas
got Zach Sinter though.
Zach Sinter still on the board, offensive lineman out of Michigan. You got Dalen Holker still on the board. That dude is a very good player. Let me see if they have his. They don't have it on here, but big player, big tight end, could block, could catch. He had one ball in one hand yesterday, Fishtank. He was running out. He didn't realize the drill was still going. They threw a ball and he caught it with another one. That dude
looked the highlight on that.
Yes.
That was awesome.
I like him.
I like him, but
hey, this is your draft, buddy.
I got to go offensive guard. We just need it too bad because I don't know if Hunt's going to be there or not.
Love it. All right. Oh, ooh, look at that. Still on the board, though. He is.
Where I'm going.
You're winning, brother.
Got to take that tight end, bro.
Damn. All right. We're moving on up. Okay.
Now we need a safety. Safety or a cornerback.
Let's take a look at who's available right now. Let's go to corner. All right. Tarheeb Still, Takarian Patterson, Jarius Monroe. Go to safety.
I like Liam Pritchett, but I'm not going to take him right now.
Okay.
I like him, but I don't know. Yeah, let's take him.
All right. There you go. Fishing going Pritchett, corner to Miami. Yep. Let's go back to all for a minute.
I like him.
Ooh, okay. Let me just say this. This is your draft, but I'm going to say this. We studied quarterbacks last week, and I'm still doing it. But
you don't need to sell me nothing because I'm going Joe Milton.
Yes, sir. Let me tell you
why.
Why?
You know why? Because I look at him like, who's that guy for the Saints? Hunter?
The quarterback?
they bring that quarterback in every now and then. Isn't that Hunter?
Are you talking about? Oh my goodness, you talking about Jameis Winston?
No, I was thinking about the backup quarterback that comes in sometimes and runs the ball. And
yes. I know who you. Oh crap, what's his name? Tyson Hill. Tyson Hill.
Yeah, and he can throw the ball deeper than the other quarterback and that stuff. That's why I like Milton, because he's just a bazooka.
All right, hold on, let me see here. All right,
you could bring him in different game situations. Let's go check our wide receivers.
Check wide receiver. Am I frozen?
Yeah, your face is frozen, but everything else is working.
As long as that works. But somebody's. Let me exit full screen for a second.
I'm gonna go same wide receiver you did. I'm gonna go with Cornelius Johnson.
There you go. Let's roll with that way here. Let's go there. God, that looks horrible.
Yeah, I think I like mine better than yours this time.
Hey, you know what? And look, yeah, and our producer.
You kicked my butt last time, though. I gotta admit, you kicked my butt last time, but not this time.
Yeah, give me a moment here, Fish Tank. I'm gonna back out and come right back in, okay?
All right. Take off my glasses now, I guess. I can see again.
Oops.
Bobby!
I'm back. All right. So let's go ahead and put this up here. Oops. Let me drag us down. I'll take care of that part, Wingate. There we go. Wingate coming in the clutch, helping me in the background. I appreciate it. All right. So let me go ahead here.
Yeah, Jason Myers. I like Troy Franklin, too.
It's always fun. And it is sort of, truth be told, unrealistic, because Braden Fisk, Wingate was just saying, you got to take Braden Fisk at 21, early if you want to get him, if he's there. I think he's going to skyrocket. I agree.
Yeah.
But again, we're going off this board. What's cool, Fish Tank?
Going off of what they have for now, and it'll update after the combine and all that. So
absolutely, and I will say that's one thing. Like with Wingate's in the background there taking care of stuff, but that's something that we're working on with the OTC show, Fish Tank. We're building our own board, our top 100. We're watching film. We're doing it. So eventually, I'm going to have my own board to go, and I'm going to go. Braden Fisk, oh, he's over here. I'm taking Braden Fisk. You're like, wait, but he's not on not you, but other people. Oh, on PFO, on Pro Football Network. He's like the 88th player. It's like, no, he's not mine. It's so much fun.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the point, guys. I know, yes, on every mock draft simulator is not realistic because we don't know how the draft's going to play out. However, it's just that's what we do. It's fun. So let me ask you guys this though, and I actually love Hank's mock draft. Who won the mock draft standoff? Who would you say if at the end of the day you were like, man, Fish Tank had a good one? Because hey, Fish Tank got Zach Frazier, Jordan Morgan, and Zach Sinter, offensive lineman. Let me see. Let's see what maybe Wingate gave an answer here. Yeah, if you this is what Wingate says, Fish Tank. If you went Hanks, you won the draft. Ooh, that's good. Hank, he got O-line, defense, and a quarterback. There you go. There you go. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here, any news, anything since we've been on Fish Tank with the Miami Dolphins. Come back here.
Yay! I'm taking my win lap. Yay!
Yeah.
Got to take that victory lap every now and then, Bobby.
Absolutely.
Last time you kicked my butt.
Absolutely. Take it, brother. All right. So nothing. I don't see anything here anything that's pertained to the Dolphins. I do see Mike McDaniel hanging out there. Other than that, nothing else. Fish Tank, that about wraps it up, sir. Any final words before we close this out?
I just want to thank everybody for joining us. It makes it a lot more fun having you folks with us. And I just love talking Miami Dolphins football. I'm glad that you're back again. And I haven't seen you for like about a month or so, you know, just last week. But I'm talking, it's been a while because you've been teaching your son's basketball games. So
yes.
I appreciate you, and I'm glad you're back.
Appreciate you, brother, as always. You know that. Guys, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in. Scotty, Undefeated, Daniel, Lo-Fi, Jason, Raphael, Rafi Boy. I hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Hunter, Hammer Time, Wingate, who's in the background. I appreciate him for jumping in and helping us today.
Thank you, sir.
Dad Dean, appreciate you all. Guys, if you haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button. You could catch me and Josh Wingate on Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern for our on-the-clock draft show. Catch Fish Tank either here or on the bandwagon whenever Evan decides to come back from overseas. And other than that, we appreciate you. And obviously for all Dolphin fans, like, subscribe, and most importantly, as always, fins up.
Fins up.